Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another segment of Breakfast with Bulldog. I'm Bulldog 917, your host, of course, the host with the most. And we got a live guest here on the Bulldog Hour here. We got the Grim Reaper. He was leaving me a nice present in the bathroom earlier. A big cloud to walk into.
That'll do you. A little dab will do you.
A little dab will do you. Right. And so how's everybody out there doing there in internet land? Let's see. We're gonna go to the comments here and good morning, Mr. Brandon. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, dear Brandon. Good morning to you. We're all in our places with bright, shiny faces. Good morning to you. And Mr. Philip Truman. Good morning. Jordan. Hey. And I am Wrath. All right. Oh yeah. And of course we got our famous steaks somewhere. Oh yeah. Man, them onions don't look too sauteed.
Those are like rock hard.
Yeah, they do. Oh no, they're sauteed.
Only lightly.
No, they're sauteed all the way through. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of looks hard though.
They weren't properly caramelized.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I really like it when they caramelize the onions. It makes it that much more better.
That cat thought it had me fooled.
Good morning, guy YouTuber. Really?
Yeah, it thought I thought like what everybody else thinks is that cats don't know what you're saying. Or animals. He thought he had me fooled. I go, where were you? Wonder where you were. And he looked at me all crazy, like, what do you mean? How do you know that? You know that I know what you're saying. I'm all like, you should know that. But then he was like happy. He was like, oh, he's not one of them. Because I just told him, I go, well, where were you? I go, where the heck were you? I was wondering what happened to you. But last night when that dog went after you, I was hoping you were okay. And he looked at me, what the hell, you really do care about me? It looked like there was another cat behind him or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
But,
if I didn't care about him, I wouldn't be feeding him.
That guy's dog last night didn't bark at me.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
He just took a snack, huh?
He just sniffed it and he was wagging his tail. I stuck the bone in the cage and he takes it all so gently from you.
Delicately.
Mm-hmm.
His precious bone.
And then I think it was funny because he was whining a little bit. Like he was all happy that he got.
So, oh, good. He didn't forget.
I said, see, I'm training your dog yet.
That's funny. Well, they know. We appreciate that little shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
Hmm.
Like most people.
Right. I think it's funny. You know what that means, right?
What? What does that mean?
If I was to ever piss that guy off and he had to sick his dog on me, all I'd have to do is turn around with the bone. The dog will sit and take the bone.
Yeah. Or it wouldn't do what he said.
No, probably bite him.
Yeah. Fuck you. I like
Mm.
that. Or he'd fake it. He'd Eddie gum your leg, but it wouldn't even be, it wouldn't be doing anything.
Mm-hmm. If he was to push me down, it'd probably lick me in the face.
Yeah, it would. Or check your pockets for bones.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, he's a good dog.
Is it like normal color, like tan and black German Shepherd, or is it another color?
Mm. All right. I'm really going to have a talk to this guy. Because they can saute the onions, but not the fucking bell pepper. That's just ridiculous. They can make that bell pepper softer than this shit.
Because they're trying to do it all quick.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a sunny day. Fortunately, at least right now.
See, what I've done is I've taken from this sandwich. Because usually they don't make it this way. Usually what they do is they make it with steak and eggs. And I think steak, eggs, and cheese.
Yeah.
Me, I'm taking the eggs out of the equation and having them put cheese with sauteed onions and bell pepper, giving that true meaning of a steak sandwich.
A Philly?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been to Philly? Philadelphia?
Mm-hmm. But I've had a true Philly cheesesteak. Believe it or not, it's nothing like this.
How about the Pennsylvania Turnpike?
I mean, this tastes just like a Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah.
But a Philly cheesesteak, they grind the meat up really good. And they saute it really heavy in cheese. And onions and bell pepper. This is chunk. It's not, grind up.
Yeah.
But it tastes really good.
Yeah. It's not shredded properly.
Home dude asked me last night when I went to go relieve him. He tells me, he goes, oh, so all I'd have to do is pay $650 a month and that's all? Oh, no. I said, look, it's $650 a month as 1/3 of the rent. I said, but there'd be 1/3 of the power bill and the internet bill. I said, dude, it's not going to be a fortune from then. It's not going to play out as a fortune if you think that it's going to cost a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah, I think you're letting them off.
What is it going to be? An additional $60, $65 a month for electricity? And maybe $20, maybe.
He's getting a bigger room than both you guys put together. So he should be paying $800.
What do you mean?
He's got a bigger room. That's what they do in, like, when they rent houses, the master bedroom is bigger than the other rooms, so that costs more. Unless you're going to limit what he can do in the room.
Well, he'd be in the living room here,
Yeah,
like Mary.
It's bigger than, that's what I mean. It's bigger than yours. See what I'm saying? He should be
Yeah, but
paying.
there's no divider there, bro. I mean,
So what? It's a bigger room. So, yeah, and you guys are in one room. He'd be out here in one, unless you're going to stick with me stuff. You could say, yeah, it's either 800 or guess who lives with you? Uncle Jimmy. Right? That's your choice. Otherwise, he'll be waiting for you in the closet. No, I think you should charge him like at least $700, not including.
Because I know what he was trying to pull, and that's why I broke it down and did it that way.
Yeah, I know. He's trying to cheap a lot of.
What it is, because I gave Mom.
I mean, she was.
When I told him,
$850.
No, she was paying $950.
Yeah, so you shouldn't go down that much for him.
And that's what I did with him, is I told him $950.
Well, I'd say 800 is the lowest you should go. 'Cause it's
But he
hard to
said-
get a room.
He was paying $900 a month at his sister's,
Right,
but then his sister bitches at him all the time.
right. So
See, I'm not buying the shit this dude's saying, because if it was that much of a hassle, wouldn't it, he's got a place to go. He could have taken advantage of it,
he would have jumped on it a long time ago.
and he hasn't. And it's concerning to me.
Yeah, because then you never know what else he's going for.
Yeah. Well, rumor has it.
That you'd say something like you didn't have it this month or something.
Rumor has it that he went to go buy a car from one of the guards that work for the company, and he stiffed the guy on paying him.
That's never good. That's even worse. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Or as bad.
Well, anyways, guys, want to give you all a good little update. Yesterday, I was sitting out on my porch. I had just woken up from my sleep, went out to smoke a cigarette. My manager comes by, and she delivers this nice little thing to me. I didn't think anything of it. I thought maybe it was something to do with an update for, for more maintenance on the apartment and stuff like that. Not thinking anything of it. But no, this is a 15-day to 30-day pay or quit notice. So when you're being intimidated like this in the type of situation, that I'm in, do like what I'm going to tell you to do. Because what this is a muscle deal to make you pay up. To me, this is just underhanded. It's underhanded bullshit because we did come to an agreement, a verbal agreement. Because she got pissy because I went to my lawyer. Now, my lawyer never sent her the letter because when I look back on my email, I never resubmitted it with the attorney to send it because I'd already talked to the manager and we came to an agreement and she was going to pitch in to help. But here I am, I'm being nice to my manager when she came up to see me on the porch. I sat there and told her, I'm glad you stopped by. I anticipated on coming up a little bit later before the office closes. Or for that matter, I was thinking of coming up tomorrow morning and sitting down and discussing with you and maybe getting some of this knocked out, as far as knocking my rent down. Because she's met me halfway, you know what I mean? I want to be nice, right? But when I opened this up and found that it was a 15 to 30 day pay or quit notice, I was pissed off. See. Yeah. Notice to pay rent in 15 days or quit in 30 days. Covered by code. 13 days. Covered by CARES with blank this discoloration of COVID related and financial distress. Rent due September 1st, 2020, January 31st, 2021. Yeah. I can go into court and I can file an injunction on that and put a stop to it. By her doing this was stupid on her behalf. And let me explain why. Because if I got to go to court for this shit, okay, she knew back in January, no, excuse me, before even then, it was October or November of last year, I brought her in here and I gave her a tour of my apartment because I didn't even know that they switched managers. This is the first time I met this lady to come to find that she was our manager. So I took her on a tour of my apartment and I showed her all the stuff that was wrong with my floors, with everything that's been hung up in the air, with having no smoke detectors, with having issues with my apartment, with my appliances and everything. Okay, this is going to make her look stupid. And why? Because for one thing, I've got witnesses to the effect that can back up everything that I'm stating. Okay. As far as dates and stuff like that's concerning, that's not a problem. But I brought her in here and I showed her this, and they didn't start fixing on anything. As a matter of fact, when I developed that whole ordeal with that bed bug shit and needed to have a fumigator come in, they should have helped deal with some of this stuff, and they didn't. My washer machine had broken down. They swapped my washer machine with another broken washer machine, which wasn't freaking cool. Not cool at all.
That wasn't her though.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, it was?
Uh-huh. That was her.
So that was long before any.
Yeah, long before any of this stuff. Yes, I know. But they didn't do anything more on my apartment. And then she came in after the fact when I rediscovered that we didn't get rid of the bed bug problem. So she tried to hustle me into paying for the fumigation. I told her absolutely not. It's not my fault that they didn't get rid of them all by using a chemical treatment that they knew that was a very iffy thing in the first place, that if it would even work. So she came back here and started insulting me, insulted my company that I had here. I mean, she flat out thought that my friend was the one that brought bed bugs into my apartment. My friend didn't even start coming over here and visiting us until well after the fact that we had already went through the fumigation the first time. That was back in what? Fuck. Only like what, 3-4 months ago, right, Jeff? Something like that.
No, it was way before that.
Way before that.
Yeah.
No, that you started coming over here and hanging out.
Yeah. I mean,
It's been at least 4 months now, but we had bed bugs way before then. That's what I'm getting at. But she was trying to think to say that sarcastic remark to Scott, saying that that she felt that it was coming from you. That was insulting. Like I said, this lady wants me to go to court. I think I'll sue her for damages because, for one thing, I have OCD. As you guys can tell, I have OCD. Okay, I'm picking out fucking. I don't even like the fucking way my closet is, fucking all crooked and shit. That bothers me. My floors have bothered me. But what I'm telling you, if you come to a problem like that, to where you're not getting anything done in your apartment, you have the right to withhold any kind of, depending on the state that you live in, you can even hire a professional to come in to fix a problem that has been lingering for a while, and you can deduct that from your rent. As long as you can provide proof that it was done by a licensed contractor and that the repair was warranted, that it was needed, if you've got the money to put down for it, you can deduct it from your rent and stuff. If your toilet needed to be replaced, or if a sink needed to be replaced, or garbage disposal, or something that's, that can affect the value of the property if it goes bad. You know what I'm saying? Or for that matter, you can take another approach, which is the approach I took, and just stop paying rent. But here's the thing, when you stop paying rent, it's not that you're getting out of paying rent. You're just simply saying this. You're holding the rent. You're going to release the rent once the repairs are made. And that's basically what I've done. Now, when I go to the court and I fight this, I'm going to show the courts proof that I have the money in my account to pay my rent. But I'm going to also expose her incompetence too, because of the fact that I brought all this to her attention last year, that these problems were here, and she never lifted a finger, and she was taking the same route the other landlords were taking. Now, I thought we had a good verbal agreement, because after I told her about me going to my lawyer and then them submitting a letter with her and stuff, she jumped right on it. She's been great. She came in, and even though I don't like the way my closet is, I mean, who likes that? I mean, come on. That's a sucky fucking job. That thing is crooked as shit. But hindsight of it all, they're making the effort to try to fix my apartment. It's good. He came in, put a new floor in, a new toilet in. I'm sitting here being nice to her and telling her, "Hey, I'll come on in and I'll meet you halfway on it." But lo and behold, I come to find that I got served with a notice. She's going to regret that. Because sooner or later, this is going to get back to her boss or the owners of this property. Especially when I state what I'm stating. That she had full knowledge of this way back in November, December of last year, before the pandemic and stuff came out. It's not going to look good on her. She can end up getting fired, especially if they look back in my record of me paying rent here. I've been here for 9 years and I've paid my rent every month. Never had a problem. She's going to look stupid. She could end up losing her job over this. Because what this does is it puts more stress on me. Makes me worry. A notice for what? To pay or quit notice. She knows I have the money. She knows I'm withholding from paying my rent until the shit's fixed in my apartment. And as a result of it, she wants to throw up this eviction notice. It's not appropriate for her to do. She just made an ass out of herself. If I choose to take legal action, she screwed herself and she can get fired. Tell your lawyer, Bulldog. Yeah, I think I might. If I got to put out any kind of money from my attorney, I'm going to put it on the back end to the courts for them to pay for my legal fees because I can't afford them. So I may end up having to sue them anyway. But yeah, I'll tell my lawyer, you damn right. It's funny because when she came up here, she didn't tell me what she was giving me. And I sat there and told her, I said, well, look here, I want to show you, just so that way I have the money for the rent. Oh, no, I believe you. That's not a problem. It's not a problem, but you give me a 15-day notice. And she didn't even tell me she was giving me a notice. And here's the thing. If I really want to be an ass, she improperly served it. It's not even a proper service. And I'm sure that's what my lawyer is going to tell me because I didn't receive it in the mail. She just came up and handed it to me. In order to get an eviction notice, it has to be served by an actual server. You can't serve it yourself on your own property. It's improper. Hey, it's no problem, brother. But she's not. She's gonna realize real quick she's not dealing with an 18-year-old either. Even though I got their notice, it's improper. Am I correct about that?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. They have to submit it by sending it via mail to prove that it's been sent. And then they're supposed to have a bailiff or a sheriff or a service server serve you the papers.
Yes, so they have proof that it was.
Yes, that it was served, and then they got to fill out an affidavit stating that fact that they delivered it to an individual, meeting a description that has acknowledged the name of the complainant. Yes, fact, exactly.
But you know why that didn't happen?
Because they can't afford it. They don't want to put out the money to do it.
No, it's because she can't afford it, because she's trying to keep this whole thing out from under the. They wouldn't even know. She should just say you moved out. They probably have another renter all set up.
Actually, they don't have to do it by certified mail. Just the fact of it being in the mail, it gets time stamped.
Actually,
And
no, it's supposed to be hand delivered.
no, the first notice, from my understanding, has to be dealt with by the mail and or.
That's not right. Not in days, right?
15 days to pay or 30 days to quit.
Yeah, but either one. It's either 60 or 90 days before you gotta leave anyway.
I've never heard of anything like that.
And guess what?
Of it being divided like that, 15 to 30 days.
They won't make you leave. They'll tell them to shut the fuck up.
They'll tell them you'll have to take them to court.
Well, no, they'll say we'll be back in 90 days or 60 days to do it, but right now we can't do it. Like if they were to try to say some shit after 30 days, that ain't long enough.
I'm gonna get a hold of that legal shield and talk to my attorney again and let him know, give him an update what's happened. So
go on and see what happens. But wait till they fix the other shit.
No, I mean, I was nice enough, and I told her, well, when she said that she never received a letter from the attorney, when I called the lawyer's office, they had told me that they didn't submit the letter because they needed my approval. They sent it via email, and then they were waiting for me to acknowledge or approve of it.
Right.
And I didn't know they were doing that. That they were going to do it that way. I mean, the last time I had a problem with this apartment complex, hell, they just sent the damn letter. They didn't fucking do that.
Right.
The attorney sent it to them and told them, hey, what the fuck's up, And they gave me my parking space back. They didn't want to fuck with it.
This one or another?
No, that was this apartment complex, and they took my parking space over here.
I mean, was it another landlord?
Yeah, it was dealing with fucking shithead from Luis.
Oh,
okay. Luis thought he was going to be a thug and just take my space because I didn't own a car.
Right.
And what I did is when I got a hold of my attorney said, well, that's not right because that's in your lease, correct? And I went over my lease. Yes, it's included. So he says, no, they can't do it. What do you think we should do about that? You have a right to lease the space. So let's say $100 a week if they don't refurnish your spot. I says, well, that would be too much because I'm sure it's not costing me that much more as an addition to my rent, but
$100 a month.
$100 a month at least. And he sat there and told me, he says, well, yeah, we'll do that. So he submitted a letter, and his boss got a hold of me and was saying, hey, I thought you were getting along with them just fine. What's going on? So I told him, I says, well, you know, this dickhead fucking sat there and took my spot and thought there weren't going to be any consequences or repercussions coming off that shit. So I got a hold of my lawyer. My lawyer submitted a letter with y'all. Unless I get my spot back, that this is what I want in return.
Right.
And so they fucking, well, we don't have any available spaces right now. I says, well, then guess what? Pony up the fucking money then. And so all of a sudden a space became available and they fucking got me my spot back. Well, not the exact spot, but they gave me a better spot. I like that spot that I'm in now. That's perfect for me. I like it. First, they tried to put me over by the damn garbage can, and I'm like, oh, hell no, that ain't acceptable. People throw their trash in there and they spill shit off the side, and they don't care where it lands. I don't want that shit on my car. Pie Guy, good morning, Pie Guy. So yeah, that, you know, I don't know why I had to approve some letter to say, hey, look, you know, I'm putting a stop to paying my rent until the repairs are made around my apartment. You know, but when I talked to the manager, she sounded like she was all good about it. She was like, well, look, you know, because at first she got abrasive. Oh, well, wait a minute, you went to an attorney? I'm like, yeah, what would you do? You were being fucking rude and obnoxious to me. You were over here at my apartment and you're not only being rude to me, you're being rude to my guest. And then you're telling me that I can be evicted because I have my stuff shuffled into the center of my room because of the fumigation problem that I was having. Oh, well, it just looked like you were cluttering your stuff. I just want you to know I took a picture of it. Well, good for you. And if she ever shows that in court, it's going to show just the way that I'm describing it. Everything pushed away from the baseboards and shit like that. Things put in the center of the damn room to give them room to go move around. They ain't got a leg to God. It'll fucking prove my fucking point, not hers.
Anyway.
Late again. Yeah, Pie Guy's a little late. He was sharing a pizza with Serena. Serena clubbed him over the head and took his pies. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot. Oh, actually, I didn't almost forget. I did forget. Copy to clipboard. Boom. Here we go. We'll put the panel up here. We'll get this shit rocking and rolling. But yeah, I'll be on here for a little while today. That's another thing the manager told me yesterday as she dropped off this bullshit notice. Is that they got a painter that's going to come in and they're going to repaint my bathroom. But how much you want to bet they're going to get paint on that nice floor that they just installed? That's one thing I don't like about these places, okay? Because I don't mean for it to sound racist or anything like that. They don't fucking hire Americans to do any of the fucking work around here. And to be honest with you, it pisses me the fuck off. Every field of anything and everything that they have working here through this complex is Mexicans. Mexicans. Mexican carpenters, Mexican painters, Mexican cabinetry people, Mexican every goddamn thing. You don't see any fucking black people. You don't see any Chinese people. You don't see any white Americans. Nobody else working the fucking field. The only one that you see in the office working as the manager is a white person. What the fuck kind of bullshit is that? Even the groundskeepers are fucking Mexicans. It's like I said, it's not that I have anything against it in any way, shape, or form, but yeah, they're not hiring different ethnic groups. They're just hiring one particular ethnic group, and that's bullshit. And get your what? And get your verbal warning for being late again. Bulldog, the reason it's Mexican people is because they work cheap. Exactly. They don't work fair, they work cheap. And here's the thing that really pisses me off, and it gets my goat really good. If they don't hire them, then they go to the labor board and file a complaint. They're racist. They don't want to hire Mexicans. We work cheap. We know we underbid the contract, but they got rid of us because of our race. You know, they're more concerned about that than they are dealing with, like, I don't know, Chinese places. Show me a white person or a black person a white person or a black person that's working in a Chinese restaurant. They want to go after our American businesses to say that we're fucking racist. But yet, if we throw it back at their fucking feet, they don't like it. No, it's not racist. It's bullshit. And you know, I get a lot of this bullshit too. The reason why they're Mexicans is because they're taking the jobs that Americans don't want to do. That's bullshit too. They're exactly what you said, cheap. They undercut and underbid and fuck the American people. And the only reason why they're willing to do that is because they're illegals. Big businesses take advantage of that shit. God, I still remember back in the 80s and the 90s where they used to have more of a severe problem with it. Back then, if you went to go rent an apartment, say like you rented a studio apartment, only two people can occupy it, right? But back in the day, a Mexican couple would go in and rent a studio apartment. Then they'd bring their whole fucking family to come live with them. And the manager would let it happen. They would allow it. But yet if you fucking brought a third person in the equation, you got an eviction notice served to you. And they would be willing to evict you, but not them. And why? Because if they even attempted it, they would go into court and say, well, they're illegally evicting us. We're paying our rent. And if you bring up the fact that they brought their family in, oh, you're racist. And then they can sue the apartment complex. So they never touched it because they were always afraid of being sued. It was ridiculous. It was crazy. I mean, I'm sure they can't do that no more, but back then they were able to do that and get away with it. But if I didn't shut the fuck up, he would take. Oh God, Wrath, come on. I'm quite the tyrant, huh? Oh God, you too. You guys get me going pretty good. Come on now, I ain't no meanie. I'm no meanie. I bring a Domino's pan pizza with me and he will let me slide. Yeah, boy, I love them pan pizzas. I don't know. I don't, to me, I don't want to take any of this to heart, but Jesus Christ, a woman served me her fucking papers. I mean, how the fuck are you to respond to that? I mean, that was fucked up for her to do. I mean, here I'm thinking we had a pretty good agreement. I bet you anything the owner of the property want their damn money, and she's probably went and told them something totally different. Does Grim Reaper live with you? No, he doesn't live with me. No, believe it or not, Grim Reaper lived. He works next door, and what it is he comes up in the morning. The shop don't even open until like 10 o'clock. So usually he'll sit here and shoot the shit with me and drink coffee or have breakfast or just chill. He lives out of his truck. See. Grim Reaper is homeless, but he's a really good friend. You know what I mean? He's really a really nice guy. Hey, pie guy, I don't go there. Nah, I don't even go there. Well, anyways, guys, let's see here. Oh, Brandon, hello. I didn't even know you were here. It didn't notify me.
Well,
There we go. Hello.
Hello,
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, I didn't even know you were here. Yeah, when you do your live streams, do you set yours up to be how do you want to say it? Do you schedule your events or do you just go live right away when you want?
Sometimes I schedule it.
Oh, okay. Because I have a funny feeling that's probably what's going on with people not getting notified to your channel. Because even I notice that whenever I do a live stream and I don't schedule it, it'll take a while for others to start coming in, like at least a good half hour. That's because the YouTube algorithm thing trying to set out the warning to others that you've gone live. Well, it all depends. Not every time does it make you wait a half hour because I've had people come in within like 10 minutes. So, but yeah, I think that's the reason why I missed some of your streams. I mean, it gave me a notification that you had went live, and I clicked on to go to your channel, and it had already ended. I was like, okay, that was actually this morning. Hmm. You are obviously the favorite pie guy, as you get to sleep in. Oh, hey, now come on now. Oh, work's going pretty good. It's going okay. We don't have to wand out any more of the employees for a while, which is good.
Serena's playing the
No, what
game.
what it is, he puts a ramp up on his back, and then see, I gotta park the car up on his back like a hump, and then he's got to sit there and walk
Look at
walk
that
us.
bulldog.
Do it.
Miss Serena's playing the game.
Oh, sweet. What's she playing? Grand Theft Auto or
No, brand new Ireland GTA.
brand new? You mean they came out with a newer version of Grand Theft Auto?
No, what it says.
Was it saying Grand Theft Auto 6?
Brand new Ireland.
Here, hold on. Let me give you a solo there. Huh.
I'm on my computer.
Huh. That's a crying shame they can't jump in on the game with her.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Because the reason why he's got to carry us to work here, carry me in my car up on his back to work, is because Joe Biden, he did away with fossil fuels, so we can't get gasoline no more. Oh, really? Was it have like newer missions and stuff like that for you to do, or what? Or does it extend the map, or what does it do? Yeah, I've beaten San Andreas. San Andreas was pretty cool. I liked it. You can go into casinos and actually play games, which was really awesome. Plus, there was a lot more you can do, like lift weights, um, go to like internet cafes, do a lot more on the internet on it. Um, Grand Theft Auto 4 does that too. Well, no, GTA 4, it took a lot of the abilities away. But San Andreas, you had that cool ass jet you could fly. I love that, man. That was awesome. Oh, it's a new island and mission. Cool. What about you, Brandon? You like Grand Theft Auto 5?
Yeah, I played it before.
Hmm. What are all the Grand Theft Autos you've played?
Uh, San Andreas and Vice City.
Oh, you did Vice City as well? Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, I did Vice City as well. I've done Vice City, San Andreas. Um, I didn't do GTA 3. I skipped that one, but I got GTA 4 and I beat that one. And I did Grand Theft Auto 5. Oh, in the San Andreas, that's on in one of the Air Force bases that you find that jet. That specific one. You know what I'm talking. If you've played San Andreas before, maybe you found that jet that it repels you up, and then you can fly away from there. It
Hmm.
was a it was a badass jet. I think he got it at an Air Force base or something like that, or a top secret military base, something like that.
I played San Andreas.
Have you know then you know what that jet that I'm talking about?
Hmm.
I have the new version of Pong. It's very action packed. Oh wow. Hmm. Well, it sounds interesting, that's for sure. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet either.
What?
The new Pong that came out. He's saying that there's a new Pong game that came out and it's very
Mm,
packed. Hmm. But yeah, that would be interesting. Well, okay, guys, I've been on for about an hour now. What I'm going to do is I do need to scooch out of here so that way I can make a few phone calls. Got to try and get some shit done. And yeah, I think I'll do that. I think I'll do that as far as going through my attorney's office first. See what they suggest that I do. Because if that don't fucking kick me in the teeth, here I am thinking that I made some good headway with this manager, and this manager wasn't going to be fucking that I had gotten through it, or I guess maybe I'm mistaken. Well, we'll see anyway. So, no, anyways, I'm gonna boot scoot and boogie out of here so that way I can make a couple calls because it's gonna take them a while to respond back to me. So, tune in tomorrow. We'll have an update for you and see what happened. Alrighty. So, if you guys can, keep yourself safe, keep yourself cuddled. You know, shit's been getting cold. I gotta tell you, yeah, yeah. We'll just update you tomorrow. Okay, Wrath. All right, I'll see you guys.
see ya. Rise. See you, Brandon. Rise.